Hi, everybody. It's Gene Simmons, and you're not, and you're listening to the Potter Than Hell podcast with Steve, BC, BB, and Dylan. But you knew that, didn't you?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is your last stop on the crazy train of hard rock and heavy metal. So sit back, buckle in, and hang on. Here we go.
Hello, Potter Than Hellions. Welcome back to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is Steve, your host for this evening, and I am joined by
BC
and
BB.
And our keyboard player this evening is
Dylan.
Try not to sound so excited.
It's literally the same tone that I always do it in.
I know, we need to get a little more.
Dylan!
Yeah! Woo! All right! That's what we want. That's what we want. We want to peg that wavelength thing you got
Let
going
out
over
your
there.
Paul Stanley.
Yeah,
I
that's
know
right.
people want to hear daily.
I know Dylan wants to have some fun tonight. All right, what's up, guys? Hello, welcome back, everybody. We got the band back together. We're back at the studio at the 62 in a little more comfortable surroundings this evening. It's November 1st that we're recording this, and BB, how are you, buddy?
Rocking out, righty, rocking out. How about the snow today? A little snow flurry today in Northeast PA.
I was getting all like, what the fuck?
The stroke of November.
November 1st.
November, boom, here we go.
Christmas time
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the aura for the podcast. You know, it's either a crazy thunderstorm or it's going to start the flurry now.
Well, there was snow on my vehicle the other morning when I went out.
Oh yeah,
here.
that's right.
I was saying because you're usually out of the neighborhood before I am, but I'm like, fuck, I'm like, shit, probably not downtown, but up here
by
on the
us,
hill,
yeah. Yep.
yeah, for sure. Winter's coming, blows, hate it. It was fucking 80 last week. BB's an old man. Since I turned 50, I've been cold.
I walked up, I'm like, this fucking sucks. I'm fucking freezing. I walked
I'm cold.
8 houses.
He's gonna drive up anymore.
I am. Fuck this.
He comes,
I'm
he
gonna let
comes in looking like one of the guys from The Thing at the Antarctic base, all bundled up.
There must be something about that. I don't know.
It's been cold at the firehouse lately, though.
No, but I'm.
Well, the firehouse
No matter where
doesn't
I am,
have any good insulation.
Huh? Well, this isn't good. It doesn't fucking have any.
It's got holes in the roof.
It might have asbestos.
There may be some of that. There may be some of that.
Couple.
BC, how are you, buddy?
I'm here.
BC had just get off a 36-hour shift. Had a little fire last night that I knew nothing about until Carson called me. But then I was like
It was like
several beers deep, and I'm like, nah, I'm not going.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you about it later. I want
that's-
to hear the details. Dylan, how are you? How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Just going through the motions. It's my birthday month. That's
There you
exciting.
go.
It is, and
21 more days. Woohoo!
Yep.
I have to work an extra 12-hour shift on your birthday. But that's how the cookie crumbles.
You want that gift? He has work.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. All right, and I'm going to say, last week's episode, I had Brad Rustoven on. We did our part 2 of the AC/DC album duo. We did Let There Be Rock and Powerage. And actually, we did 74 Jailbreak, the EP. We did that as well. So then the next one we do, we'll be able to wrap up the Bon Scott era of AC/DC, so that'll be cool.
They should have called that EP Soul Stripper.
That's fucking awesome on there.
I know. It's a better name than 74.
74 Jailbreak.
Yeah, I know, but I think they
Soul
wanted
Stripper.
to, because that was the one they had the video for. The video was cool for that.
Yeah.
I mean, God, those guys were so fucking young. That's crazy. Young.
Yeah,
Well,
that's their,
dun-dun-dun.
That's their name. Don't wear it out.
Yeah. So, Brad, thanks for coming on again. Always great having Brad on there. We had a great conversation. It was fun. And I'm sure Dylan had a blast editing it. Probably less edits than normal.
And funnily enough,
It was pretty smooth.
I will also be talking AC/DC with Brad in the coming future.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, you're doing a little Slam Fest?
Little Slam Fest, yes.
Right.
Yeah, guys, if you have not, check out Slamfest Podcast with Brad Rustoven. It's the, I don't want to mess it up, it's the pre-gaming experience brought to the podcasting airwaves. And I'm sure I got that incorrect, but that's the gist of it.
It's okay, we can't even get our own things right.
Yeah, that's true. I don't even know what the fuck we're doing here, let alone what someone else is fucking doing here. Last Saturday, BC and I, along with Rob and Chris and Scotty,
The Kiss Crew.
the Kiss Crew, and Richie, that goes on the Kiss Cruise and Monsters of Rock with us, and Mo, and Steve Kaharski, we went to see Mr. Ace Frehley down at the Sherman Theater in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. And so it was me and BC, Rob, and Scotty going down together, and then the other guys met us down there. We had the Rich, him and his wife, they buy season tickets, I something like that, to Sherman Theater. So then when shows come up, they're able to get the boxes on the side, and literally you're right on the stage. So if you're in the lower box, you're like right on the fucking stage. So we were on the side that Ryan Spencer Cook is on, and we went to dinner before. We had a good time. I had no alcohol whatsoever that night. I'm just gonna say that. Me and Granza, neither one of us had a beer.
So
BC,
you know you're getting a
BC
true...
and Mo and them, they made up for what we did not have, for sure.
Yeah.
But
one guy falls behind, you pick up the slack.
Yeah.
That's right.
We went for dinner. I didn't care for that restaurant, though. I think the one we usually go to is better. The wings were, it was okay. But
They were good.
I wasn't a fan of the place. But we had a good time, awesome time. And Black Dawn was the first band that played. We only caught like maybe a song and a half for them. But I had seen them before. I saw them up in New York when I met Uncle Steve from Uncle Steve's Iron Maiden Zone up in New York, up in Peekskill, New York, to see Queensryche. Black Dawn was one of the bands that opened up for them. They were good. Like I said, we didn't really get to see too much of them. But then the band after them was called Kor Rosic, and I had never seen them before. They were fucking really good. They were real good. The one guitar player, he's just a little taller than Little People, but he was great, and they were cool. And the guy was kind of a cross between Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper, I would say. Yeah. And I thought a lot of the songs had some really, really good choruses. I thought, and this was, seeing these guys with never even hearing a note of their music before. And for me, that's the sign of a band that I could feel that I could get into, that, if you see them live and you instantly like them, I think they're good. I listened to the album a couple times since then. And actually, they were the only band out of the hundreds of bands that I've seen over the years, the only band that actually threw out real money to the crowd.
Yeah.
Huh. But that song's not on the album, though. So I don't know if it's a new song that they have out.
That's not true. I think I threw you $5 to get me a drink once at a
You weren't in the band.
I was
He
in,
is in
no,
a
I
band.
was in the band.
No, if you're in the band, you shouldn't have to pay for anything. The band should be drinking for free.
That's what I was saying, but that was not the case.
It was Greed or Money or something, Almighty Dollar or something like that. It was called something like that. But I thought they were good. BC had seen them before. They opened up for that. I don't know, some band that I don't know. Probably should have been the opening band that night. Oh, whoa! But and I'll get BC's take on the show. BC, what do you think about the other night? And we'll get into Ace too, because we need to talk about the Ace show a little bit.
Yeah, the first band, like I said, I had never heard them before, but we only caught maybe 2 songs. They didn't seem bad. They seemed a little, I guess you'd say, heavier, more metal.
Yeah.
But this Kor Rosic, I mean, like I said, I've seen them before, and like Steve said, they came out, and I never saw this band before, back in 2019, and I was like, and he's very tall. He's very, like you said,
he's a big guy.
He's a real big guy, and he has very zombie-like, and even some of the music has influence of zombie. Of course, Cooper's got to be there because he wears a lot. He wears makeup and everything, kind of like.
And there were some people in the crowd with makeup on too.
They killed it. I mean, I've seen this is the second time I'm seeing them. So
I really enjoyed them.
They were good. And he's fun.
And usually, like some band, I'm like, I just want to see the main band. But I enjoyed the hell out of those guys. I thought they were really good.
Different drummer from the first time I saw him.
Was it really?
I thought he's really he was double bass going.
Yeah, I thought they were really.
They're real good. And I guess they're moved out of New York City. I guess they're living kind of in that area.
Yeah, he said that was their home now.
He goes, "Fuck New York" or something like.
Yeah.
Because when I saw him in 2019, we're from New York City. I'm like,
4 years later, fuck New York City.
fuck New York City shit. Which, I mean, I'm sure he's not wrong, but no, it was very good. You want to talk about these?
Yeah, let's talk. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, Ace Frehley. I mean, hey, I go for the hand to begin with because we saw some bad stuff in the past from Ace. God love him. So a little nervous going in, but I mean, the band's great. You know the band's gonna be great, and they came out, and I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, Ace is good. He was good. He was on the Ace game. I thought the set list was good. There was of course they're gonna play Kiss, but I mean, you got all his song and Frehley's comment. But hey.
Play the hits.
I thought it was a really good Ace show. My expectations were not high at all.
No. Maybe
and a lot of it is from watching shitty videos on YouTube. I know I shouldn't do that, but it kind of gave me an idea because we have seen some really terrible Ace shows before. M3, he was a fucking train wreck. Total fucking train wreck. And, we saw the show in Wilkes-Barre where he got sick during the show or whatever, and, and that was kind of a clusterfuck. And Dylan, you've even seen it, the fucking funeral dirge of fucking Snowblind, which he didn't play Snowblind this time, by the way.
I could do with that.
But, really, I like it. But they did Spin Back to My Baby. Jeremy sang it, which was fucking great.
Yes.
When we got there, Jeremy and Ryan were out in the lobby, and they had the Rock City Machine Company album and merch there that they were doing. They were taking pictures of people, so I didn't want to bug them. I saw Ryan up at the bar right before we went in and said hello to him, and because Jeremy was talking with someone, so I didn't want to bother him. But it was cool seeing those guys, and like I said, my expectations for Ace were like, okay, you know what, I'm here for the hang. Let's just enjoy the night. But I'll tell you what, I thought it was really good. The songs were played very close to the original tempo. When they did rip it out, it was like, okay, we're at a good pace here. The band is Ace, of course, Jeremy Asbrock on other guitar. Ryan Spencer Cook played bass, and then Scott Coogan is back on drums. And I'll tell you what, he sang Love Gun. Yeah. That was the best fucking live version of Love Gun that I've seen in years. And I'm like, usually like, God, like, just don't do that. But it was fucking, I thought that was one of the best songs of the night. I thought he sang it fucking perfect.
He fits Ace's band better than
Matt Starr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing against.
I think we talked about this too. I think we talked about it on the way home. I think, and Matt Starr is an absolute fantastic drummer. Man, the drums he did on that Led Zeppelin song on the first Origins album is fucking just killer. And Matt is a friggin' fantastic drummer, but I think that Scott Coogan seems more of a member of the band. He seems to fit, because like when Matt Starr was in the band, you'd see pictures of Ryan, Ace, and Jeremy, but you wouldn't see pictures of Matt with the band. I mean, you would occasionally, but not like he was a guy in the band. He was like kind of like that, like the other guy. But now you see pictures with Scott Coogan, and he's like the guy with the guys. You know what I mean? And he does a great job of bouncing the sticks off the stage into to specific people in the crowd. And I thought the set list was really good. Hard Times was fucking fantastic. There were a couple, like, in between songs when Ace would talk, I had no idea what the fuck he was saying. No fucking idea at all what the fuck he was saying.
The only part that got a little crazy, I think, was the solo.
Yeah. And he even said that because the solo fucking, it went on it was like a fucking Vinnie Vincent solo. He just kept fucking playing.
And then he started playing song.
And he did the James Bond thing, and he was doing different stuff, and we're kind of like, give him the hook. Like, give him the fucking hook.
Pull him off the stage.
And then he even said, like, I had like a senior moment because he just kept fucking playing.
He was
I think
honest.
he forgot.
He was honest.
Hey,
he was.
We
I
like
think
honesty.
He just
Honesty.
kept fucking playing.
He
He
did.
just walked across the stage and kept
He's
on
walking
doing different
across
shit.
like he's walking around
And you
his
can tell,
house.
like, they're on the side of the stage. They're kind of like, let's go. You know what I mean?
Oh, sorry.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he
Because
just kept.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like,
Then-
holy
then
fuck,
he-
we've been going
just
for
when you think
15
he's done, he
fucking
just-
minutes.
And he's walking across the stage like
Yeah.
if you're in your garage practicing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm like,
It was like he was doing his warm-up after the solo.
yeah, it was fucked up.
It was crazy. And I thought that the smoking guitar part was really short.
It was.
He came over by us a little bit. And I got to say, our buddy Rob, he got Ace's towel at the end of the show. Ace come over, threw the towel. I just nicked my hand. Scotty caught it, but then he gave it to Rob. So it was a good show.
Put it in the museum.
Ryan came over, handed me a pick at the end of the show. Great guys, great band. It was cool to see Ryan and Jeremy. Huh?
I guess I don't remember that. But me and Mo were backstage.
Oh, right?
Well, if you go past,
If you go past there, right around the
we
corner.
go back in there. We're like, no, Ace's woman is back there. she runs the show, baby.
Ooh, I can imagine.
She's the Sharon of with Ozzy. She's whatever her name is.
But you know what? Ace and Ozzy need a Sharon.
They do.
Yeah, that's true.
So I thought it was great. I enjoyed the set list.
Set list was a surprise to me. Some surprises.
Yeah, I was surprised to see Speed Back to My Baby. That was cool. I thought they did that fucking fantastic. Scott Coogan did really good back there and ground vocals for that. And that was one I thought was going to be played slower, but that was played at a good pace too. Jeremy did a lot of stuff, but they did Emerald, right? But Ace was so fucking loud. The first part where they trade solos during that song, you can hear Jeremy perfect, and then Ace did one of the hand motions, turn it up, and then after that, when Jeremy was playing his leads, all you could hear was Ace's rhythm because it was so fucking loud. Because we literally were like even across the front of the stage where our seats were. So we could literally hear more of the monitors than we could the sound system for the fucking venue. So and like Ace's monitors were fucking loud as fuck. I mean, I wore my earplugs. I'm glad. Were your ears ringing when you got out of there?
Uh-uh.
No. Okay. I've been
like that
faithfully wearing them. What's that?
Not like the pre-show. Ooh, there, my ears.
Oh, you guys were fucking, yeah. I'm glad I had them on that night.
I was hurting.
So Ace was fucking really cool. Iron Maiden announced shows in the United States and Canada for 2024. And actually, our tickets are purchased. I paid for mine today. Mine and Dylan's today. And we will be going to the show in Philadelphia on November 1st next year. A year from today, we will be in Philadelphia watching Iron Maiden. So, which that's crazy though. Like, you know, I mean, literally, we have, but that's good in a way too, because whatever you pay for and actually the tickets I thought were reasonable. We got floor seats because when that shit came out, I'm like, if I can't go on the floor, I'm not fucking going. Because we got fucked on Maiden tickets a shitload of times, and I'm like, if I can't be on the floor, I'm not gonna fucking go. And especially after when we went to Camden and we were in the pit, it was fucking fantastic. And then after that,
for the rest of the time.
Yeah, and then after that, the shows we were up. You know, if we were in a stadium, we'd have to duck when a fucking airplane flew by. That's how fucking high up we were.
Last year we went.
Last year we went to actually it was around this time last year we went to Newark.
And we're thinking, 100 section. We're gonna be just up off the floor. Perfect. No,
we were Rafter City.
We were handing out the refs.
I mean, and it's a whole different vibe when you're like that. Some people like that. I fucking hate it. I want to be on the floor for Maiden. That's right. And I have a feeling that this may be the last time I see Maiden, so it'll work out good for me because the first time I saw Maiden, I was down the front. Of course, it was General Mission back in 1983, but I started on the floor in the pit, and I'm gonna fucking end there. So, Maiden may tour after this, but I mean, this is a whole other year away. Nico had a fucking stroke last year, so they're getting old. I mean, we're getting old. They're getting old.
They're definitely getting old.
What do you think about going to see Maiden, Dylan? Are you happy?
I'm very excited that I could finally see them not nosebleed, because the one time I've seen them was far to the stage right, like almost behind the stage at Madison Square Garden. Like,
the first, yeah,
for the Book of Souls tour. Well, I mean, great set list, but angle wise, it was not the best. But I'm excited to be on the floor. I'm definitely not trying to get to the rail.
No, because they do the first to the rail things, which is fan club stuff. Because actually the group that's going, it's me, Dylan, BC, Jen, Rob, and Scotty are going. Hoping we can get BB on board before we go. We'll squeeze him in the car. We'll put him on the fucking luggage rack if we have to. But
torque me down.
BB with his 3 kids all graduating next year, it's going to be tough for him to commit to anything. So, but we're glad to have you recording, BB.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, plus we could hang out at Xfinity Live before the show if we wanted to.
We could do that because they do a big Trooper beer thing at that place.
So
there was something else going on, but I forget what the fuck it was though. Anybody got anything else? No,
I don't think so.
No, there was one other thing, but I can't think of what the fuck it was. All right, so what have we been listening to? Dylan, how are you? You've been awful quiet so far.
Well, there wasn't much for me to talk about.
I know.
I was listening to a little bit Garage Inc. today. I was just feeling a little bit of Metallica covers, so checking that out again. It's been a while since I listened to most of them, so it was a nice little return to it. And I saw also that I don't know if they just added this remaster of it, but I think it came out in 2005 of Merciful Fate's Melissa. It was under like new music, and I'm like, this is not new, but okay. So I checked that out. A lot of great classic Merciful Fate songs on there, like Evil, Curse of the Pharaohs, Into the Coven.
Yeah, and there's nothing new on that either. There's no like
it's
demos or nothing. It's just a
remaster.
re-release. It's just a re-release. Yeah.
And so I don't know, but it was still cool revisiting those songs and trying not to sing the Metallica version of it, because I know those versions of the songs a little better than the actual versions. But just doing a little deep digging with that stuff.
How about you, BB? What do you got?
Speaking of new music, absolutely loving the new Dokken album, Heaven Comes Down. Steve and I kind of talked a little bit before the show, but the music on this album is fucking off the fucking scale. And like we said, Don sings in his pocket that he can sing. He doesn't go too high. He kind of stays where he should be for his age. He's not trying to do something he did 30 years ago.
He's staying in his lane.
Love it. Absolutely love how he sounds in this album, the production, the music, everything about this album is fucking fan-fucking-tastic.
How about you, BC? What do you got going?
Like BB, I checked out the Dokken, and I think it's a Ace Frehley type thing. I was going into it with not high expectations, because God love Don. He's having a little rough time, but hey, everybody comes back. But like you said, I was pleasantly surprised listening to the album. It's not long. It's very appropriate.
It's like 42 minutes or something like that. It's
very good. Very surprised with that, and then. The new Mick Mars singer.
That's what I wanted to talk about.
And I was like, oof. I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. Does that make sense?
Okay.
I knew Mick can do heavier shit. It's way heavier than anything the crew's done in last.
It's
better than Like a Virgin.
It's
very much.
It's kind of 94 Crew-ish. Mm-hmm. Like, compared to the rest of the Motley Crue stuff.
It's a killer riff.
Yeah. I talked to BB about it before. I'm sick of the fucking megaphone vocals on a lot of shit anymore.
The other parts are good.
The other parts are good, but, like, why come out with that on your first song? You know what I mean? I thought it was good. The solo was way too fucking short. The solo was, like...
Yeah.
But good.
It was kind of almost like a little lead break in between... verses that you think you'd get, but it was the fucking solo. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like,
and I thought Karabi was going to be singing. I'm like, then when I heard it, I was kind of disappointed.
When he first talked about the soul album, John Karabi's with him, and other people.
That was like fucking 10 years ago. That was a while ago.
That's what I thought. I thought he was releasing a new song from the vault or something.
I'm not sure how.
But I think this song sounds like a lot of regular stuff that's coming out from like these bands. Like it seems like it sounds is like the same that it's been for like the last 3 years. Nothing really stood out. Maybe it was a Karabi thing, and I had higher hopes. I'm like, this isn't. Yeah, I mean, didn't really thrill me.
I didn't hate it. I didn't love it though.
Yeah.
I hope it's one of them things where a lot of times you get a band, and the first thing that they release off a new album is usually like sometimes the shittiest one, or not. It's not. I'm not saying it's shitty, but a lesser track than you will get, like a deeper track in the album. So I'm looking forward to it. We'll absolutely check it out and be listening to it and stuff. And for me, and actually it'd be interesting to see who else plays on that album too, like who the rest of the band is for Mick Mars too. It won't be Nikki and Tommy.
No, not at all.
It will not. For me, I did a little. Sunday, it was a total shit day here, weather-wise. So I spun some vinyl. I did some Pretty Maids. I went from the EP up to Jump the Gun. Spun all those. Good to hear some classic Pretty Maids. I listened to that Korosik album. It's kind of a concept album. Because there's, like, talking a girl in the front, and she, like, curses them out and shit, and then this kind of goes through getting ready for a show or whatever. It's actually pretty cool. The songs are really good. I gave the Alice Cooper and something about that we'll talk about when later on the show. The new Alice Cooper album, Road. I gave that another listen today. I'm enjoying that. I have some criticisms of it. There's a song we're going to talk about tonight that's in one of our lists, but I wish the rest of the album was like that. And the new Night Ranger Live I've been rocking to. I fucking absolutely love that. It's 40 Years in a Day, it's called, and it's with the Contemporary Youth Orchestra, I think. But it's great. There's the version of Call My Name on there. The arrangement is absolutely fucking fantastic on there. So, what were you going to say something, BC? No? Okay. All right. So that's what we got going. Dylan's got Little Metallica, Garage Inc., and Some Merciful Fate. Melissa, new revamp or whatever.
I think they just added it to Apple Music, like this version of it. I don't think it's like been
anything
recently,
different. Yeah. BB's got Dokken, Heaven Comes Down, which I'm enjoying too. I'm liking that. I'm actually surprised at how much I like it.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yes.
BC's got also Dokken and the new Mick Mars Tune, which that album I think will be out maybe March next year or something like that. Maybe March or February next year. And for myself, some Pretty Made, some Cor Rosick, Alice Cooper, and Night Ranger. So this is the time of the year where we're gearing up for our year-end thing where we'll have our top 10 albums and all that kind of shit coming on, and it'll be a little different timing on it this year, actually, now that I think about it. But we did, I think, in beginning of July, we each picked an album from this year up till then, and I meant to. Dylan's going to look that up actually and see which albums we did back in July to a new album from 2023. So this episode we're going to do tracks from whatever albums good tracks from this year to talk about some new music and I just what's that?
I got them.
Go ahead. What do you got? What do we do?
I picked, but here we are. You picked, from Foo Fighters. You picked Night Demons, Outsider. BB picked The Winery Dogs 3, and BC picked Buck Cherries Volume 10.
And there's no songs from any of the albums that we're going to talk about tonight.
No.
Which I think we're, because I totally forgot what the hell.
Although there is a repeat of an album.
Oh yes. Okay. Yep. I'm thinking from the other one. All right. Yeah. Someone's always copying here.
God forbid we could listen to another album.
It's like when you go to the restaurant. What do you have? And I'm not saying. What do you mean? Well, because I don't want you to copy off me.
I wanted that.
We've all done that. Come on. Unless you're Sonny Pooney. What do you want for dinner, sir? I'll have what that guy over at that table
over there.
Right, or whatever he ordered. I'll have that. So I love new music, and that's one of my main things of doing the podcast is I love checking out new albums, new bands, new stuff, and it's and we've talked about it a ton of times. It's overwhelming how many albums come out now. We are just fucking inundated with albums, but this year has been a little different for me. We can discuss it as we go along, but there hasn't been that firepower that like Rod's album that we all picked as a group pick. I really don't think there's going to be I think this will be like the 6th year we've been doing the podcast, and I think we've only had 2 albums that were the podcast album of the year at the end, and the one was the Rod's album, Brotherhood of Metal, and then Judas Priest Firepower. They were the 2 that we picked as a group that we were close last year, but someone didn't think as much as the rest of us did. But I won't mention any names, but his initials are Dylan Wright. But I just love talking about this. And I can't wait to get into these songs. So who wants to go first? I was gonna do the BB random hat pick at the beginning, but I totally forgot. Since we're talking about you, BB, why don't you go first?
All right. He asks us and then just
right, exactly. Yeah, I really didn't kind of have any concept of how I picked these. I have a bunch of albums written down, and maybe these songs have kind of grown on me a little bit more than a lot of the other stuff. But I definitely wanted to kind of showcase this band, but we kind of already talked about 50% of it already, is the Rock City Music Company from Nashville with Ryan Spencer Cook and Jeremy Asbrock. We already talked about them, that they're in the Ace band, and of course Phil Schaus, who's I think touring with Accept Now, is on this album as well. You know, they did a lot of stuff. They used to be like the Nashville residency, running around Nashville. They've been together a couple years, but they just came out this year, changed their name, and it's just a self-titled album, the Rock City Music Company. I picked the song "Can't Stop the Train," and you know, speaking about train, it has a really cool chuggingness to it. Definitely cool, great chugging rock song. Like I said, Ryan Spencer Cook's vocals are great. You know, if you've ever heard of Hair of the Dog, you know, great band that we saw live a bunch of years ago. Great stuff from Ryan, great vocalist. Jeremy, cool slide guitar and parts. It really stuck out to me in this song. There's like a little dueling guitar solo, which is really cool. The chorus is super catchy and some nice little band harmonies. I just want to kind of like bring these guys out because I think the three of us have this album, and it's really good. And it's not heavy. It's like Aerosmith
Straightforward.
rock. It's just a good rock album. Super nice guys. We've already talked about it. So yeah, that's definitely my first one. My second one I want to talk about is from a band that I always bring up every year, especially around my birthday time. Steel Panther. They have a brand new album out that came out this year. And one thing we always said about Steel Panther is, boy, I wish they just do like a regular album. Like, you know, instead of talking about, you know, hair on your nipples and zits on your box, you know, something more just musically fitting, you know, not so dirty or risque. And this song, 98% of it kind of fits that little description. But off their new album, From On the Prowl, I picked the song 1987. Really cool. It's pretty much about all the bands of music that came out in 1987. They dropped like Poison and Whitesnake, Guns N' Roses, Doc and Loudness, Ozzy, Scorpions, Priest, Van Halen. Really good song. The way Michael Starr kind of writes this and kind of gives all these bands a different plug in each other line is really cool. Satchel solo is fucking off the charts. It's really cool. And there's some really cool little snippets, like lines that, like, back in 1987, like you wouldn't get shut down for things that you say back then. Like that line kind of like stood out for me because now it's, you know, you have to kind of watch what you say. But back in 1987, nobody had a filter, which was, I don't know, I kind of enjoyed. But in 1987, you're always going to be the best. I think that was a great time in music. A lot of good albums came out in 87. Just a great song to bring you back. My next song I'm going to talk about, Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons. This album has really grown on me since I've been listening to it. It's called, and I didn't realize it, that the Bastard Sons is actually his sons. He has 3 sons that actually play in the band, which is really cool. And of course, Phil Campbell from Motorhead. These guys have been together a while, but the song I picked off of their album is Too Much Is Never Enough. Not like Harpo, BC. Harpo said too much is just enough.
This is never enough.
This is never enough. But yeah, this is a great album. The name of the album is Kings of the Asylum. And the song, like I said, Too Much Is Never Enough. Great chugging riffs through this song. Super fast. The drums are just fucking killer. And another song that really the chorus is like super catchy. It just has like that gritty vocals. The only guy who is not a Campbell is Joel Peters, who is the singer. I love when songs just have like that super duper abrupt ending. And this is one of those songs, and it just stops right on a dime. Love when songs do that. The next song I'm going to talk about is Through the Noise, off the album Call of the Void from Nita Strauss. Nita Her first album, she came out with just an instrumental album. This year, she comes out with a little bit of instrumental and a couple guest appearances. And the lady who will be the vocalist of this song is, of course, the great Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm. Great melodic rock song for sure. Lizzie always brings it. She's fucking point on with her amazing screaming vocals. Nita tears it up on the guitar. It's a great female 1-2 punch. Great song. And that's definitely a great album. If you like heavy music and you enjoy like the variety of different people who sing, definitely check this album out. Really cool stuff. The guy from Disturbed sings on there. Chris Motionless sings on another song. Alice Cooper sings on one of the songs. It's Marty Freeman plays on one. They duel back and forth guitars on one song. Great stuff. Definitely check that album out if you have never heard of it. And the next album I'm going to talk about is from Elegant Weapons. These guys, great band. The song is Dead Man Walking from Horns for a Halo. The vocalist, Ronnie Romero, love this guy. He has like metal perfection vocals for my eardrums. K.K. Downing from Priest plays guitar on this. The riffs are fucking fantastic.
Formerly of Priest.
What did I say?
I'm saying he's formerly a Priest.
Oh, that's right. Formerly.
He has his own.
Now he's got the KK Priest.
He's in KK's Priest.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, I don't want to get in trouble for that. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, but the band vocal harmonies at the choruses are so good. The drums are super fast. There's some really cool dueling guitar parts on this. It's just a killer solo in it. Just a great song. And you may hear something else from these guys later on. And the last song I want to talk about is from Wolfgang Van Halen, from the Mammoth 2 album. I wanted to kind of showcase this because this album's fantastic. And this is another one. It's almost like Ryan Spencer Cook's album. It's not out there like heavy. It's a good rock album. And from the Mammoth 2, the longest title of a song, Another Celebration at the End of the World. The first time I heard this song, I absolutely loved it, and still love it to this day. I love the certain little solo parts he does in it. And what really amazes me, it's almost like another band we're going to talk about. He does everything. He does the drums, he does the vocals, he does the guitar, he does the production. This kid does everything on this whole album. And kudos to him. Just wanted to mention that because, some people can just barely play the guitar, and this guy's just doing everything under the sun for this album. So, there's 6 songs from 2023. I almost said 1987, BC, because I want to be back in 1987.
Don't we all?
Yeah, right? But
I don't.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Don't want to be lost, Steve.
So it'd be like Marty McFly's family
fading
away.
Fading in the picture, yeah. Get your damn hands off her.
All right, Chapman, what'd you think?
Okay. Initials here, RCMC, Can't Stop the Train. I mean, I first heard this, it's what I expected. These guys have been playing together for so long, so it's going to be nice. And like you said, it's nothing crazy. It's good rock, I think. The way I like it. So again, great album too. So, Steel Panther, 1987. I'm going to agree with BB. This is probably the closest to not talking about boobs and all this other stuff. And again, I wish they would do just a regular album because they have the talent.
Yeah.
To just put out a great rock album, I think. But that's another great song from this year. Phil Campbell and the Bastards. Too much is never enough. I've said that all the time. It gets me in trouble. This is, to me, killer rock. This is one of the things I started writing down stuff because I'm terrible. My mind's getting shot. So in 10 years, you guys are going to be like walking me with the walker and shit. But this is the way it should be because this is rock and roll.
Yeah.
We play rock and roll. Nina Strauss with the Hailstorm. I love Lizzie Hale's vocals are just. I get to go. I mean, some of her last albums are a little but she can sing anything. I think. Great solo, I think. And here's another album I got to sit down and take some time. Along with your next pick, Mammoth VH. And I'll be sitting around and saying, you know what do I want to listen to? I keep overlooking. I have to check these guys out a little bit more. I really like this song, so it's gotta be. I mean,
Gotcha.
I thought this the best song of them. The rest of them's gotta be good, right?
Yeah, it's gotta be.
And Elegant Weapons. I mean, Richie is playing, so I was excited to hear this. And help me out, I'm drawing a blank on the vocals.
Ronnie
Romero.
I love everything he's on. He's like Michael Sweet. He's everywhere. He's doing album here with everybody. He was just did a stint with Rainbow, which is done now because I don't know what happened there, but whatever.
All bets are off with Richie Blackmore.
Yeah, God, whatever. I take his word, but I mean, this is a great album. This is a great song, and like you said, you might hear a little bit more of this.
Maybe.
But 6 great songs.
All right. Dylan.
Yeah, you have a couple songs from albums that will most likely make my end of the year list. Another Celebration at the End of the World just kicks ass. I love how rocking and fast paced it is. It feels so Wolfy at this point. Like I'm really getting a sense of who Wolf is as a solo musician, or as Mammoth, and this song just kills. Through the Noise, I love how on this album Nita kind of with the guest vocalist, she kind of conforms to their style, and I think that really works out and shows how versatile she is as a guitar player.
Yeah,
like this sounds very Hailstormy. The song with Chris Motionless sounds very Motionless in White.
Yep.
Even the David Dremen
from Disturbed
sounds a lot more Disturbed, but I think that she really shows her range. And the one singer from Chelsea Wolfe as well.
Oh yeah,
really really heavy song. So I'm glad that you picked Through the Noise. It's probably the most commercially accessible song, but for a good reason. I think it really is an earworm and a great pick from a great album. Too Much Is Never Enough. Love this fast-paced rocker. It's a fantastic showcase. It's over way too soon. Like I wanted to keep going. Like, it's only 2.5 minutes.
That's a lot of these songs are short this year.
Yeah,
right?
like I just except one of mine. I just wanted to keep hearing it. Too much is never enough. But this wasn't too much. It was too little.
Yeah.
But I very much did like it. Rock City Machine Company. I keep hearing y'all talking about it, and it's just I could see what the hype is.
Yeah.
It's a very cool song. I enjoyed it. 1987. I like the solo quite a bit. The solo is fantastic.
I got the talent.
The song's a little preachy for me.
Okay.
It's like it's a little the good old days. Like we know that music is good, but like
It's not good. It's fucking awesome.
I know, but like it's just like it seems like it feels like Old Man Yells at Cloud. You know that meme of The Simpsons where it's Abe Simpson. He's shouting at the clouds. It feels very much like that. But musically, again, Steel Panther always brings it musically. Just wasn't a big fan of the lyrics, especially since like they end on a really kind of somber note with like losing the like metal gods, and I'm like, that was kind of a bummer ending. It's like why'd you end like that? That's kind of that made me a little sad. Like, but I liked most of your list, and right. Even the song that I wasn't as big a fan of, there were things in that song that I liked.
Right, gotcha. Alrighty, righty. Bring it home there, kid.
I'm gonna go backwards up the list here. Nita Strauss, and they may not even be the order you had them anyways. Nita Strauss, Through the Noise with Lizzie Hale. I do, and Dylan put it perfectly. I think that she conforms to the style of the singer that's on there, and there are some instrumental tracks on that album as well.
They're great too.
I like it that there are singers on this, and it would be cool if this were kind of a Slash situation where say she gets like Lizzie Hale or that girl that sings the other song, whatever that is. I think that other one is like the best song on the album.
It's so heavy.
Dorothy.
It is. The girl, the singer from Dorothy.
Yeah.
If Nita did a band and like she sang like how like Slash got Miles Kennedy, like he sang on the album, but then he got in the band. If that was the case with this, that'd be fucking awesome.
Maybe
that would be fucking.
maybe
awesome.
that'll be the third one.
I mean,
because she's got the same band that she has before,
right?
So now
bring
she
a
just
singer.
needs a
I would
singer.
love to see that. That would be fucking awesome. This song is friggin' great. You know, nothing. Lizzie Hale's not leaving fucking Hailstorm, but like the Dorothy chick would be fucking perfect for her. I can picture her singing any songs.
Or Alyssa White Glues, which I know you probably weren't as big a fan of because
I like that one too, though. I like that one too.
It's so heavy.
This album is really, really good. Mammoth, another celebration at the end of the world. Congratulations, Wolfgang Van Halen just got married, by the way, as well.
That's true. That's true.
I like this album too, BB. I like it. I'm leaning towards a little more towards this one than the first one because there's more soloing on this one. There's some more. He's
growing.
delving into
It feels
a little
confident.
fretboard stuff like his dad. It does. It feels like a more confident album. He's kind of growing into himself musically. If that makes any sense at all, I don't know. Elegant Weapons, Dead Man Walking, Richie Faulkner, Scott Travis, fucking Ronnie Romero, and bass dude. He's from I think he's the guy from some band that I don't like. But great album though. This one's got it's got like the gallop in it. When it kicks in, you got that galloping in it. The pace of it's great. I'm getting a little Danny Vaughn, little Zach Stevens-ish on Ronnie Romero these days because he's on fucking everything. All right. However, I was thinking about this today. How Yngwie, and I don't even know how Yngwie even popped in my fucking head, but like how Yngwie is like, oh, you know, I hate singers, and he's singing. I would love to hear Ronnie Romero sing on a fucking Yngwie album. That would be fucking awesome. He should put aside, because Yngwie's singing fucking blows. It just sucks. So I would be cool to hear Ronnie Romero sing on a fucking Yngwie album. Alien Weapons, great album. I absolutely enjoy it. Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons, Too Much is never enough. I love these guys. I love this band from the first notes that I've heard from these guys. The only thing that sucks from these guys is that fucking live album that they put out this year. The music is great, but it's just fucking... They fade out songs. They fade the songs out. It's a live album, and like it doesn't feel like a live album at all.
That is very weird.
It's fucked up. The songs are great, but they're like a lot of them fade out. I'm like,
That's
what
Phil
are you
Campbell
doing?
coming to kick your ass.
What are you doing? Come on, Phil. Get them. But I don't know who. I didn't even look to see who produced it, but it's fucking terrible. But this song's fucking... I love the tick, tick, tie. This song fucking rocks. I love this song. Steel Panther 1987. Fun song. I mean, this was the year that I was 1 year out of high school. This is when I was partying, and I lived this song. Fucking fantastic. And you're right, Dylan. It kind of does end on like talking about like when all these guys are gone. Like I don't want to hear that. I want to enjoy them while they're still alive.
Yeah, I knew you'd be on my side with that. You're better than music.
Rock City Music. I always say music. Rock City Machine Company. This album is fucking absolutely fantastic. If you are a fan of classic rock, if you're a fan of it's very Aerosmith-ish, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
And I know those guys are huge fans of them. It's Phil Schaus, Ryan Spencer Cook, Jeremy Asbrock, and Fredrickson is the drummer. It's Marty Fredrickson's son, I think, on drums. The production on it is great, but the production is very 70s production on it. I think that they got the total feel of this. It's got a twinge of a southern rock feel to it too. I think a little bit.
Got the original.
And
Rush,
I mean, those guys they're all Nashville people now. I think most of them. The solo's great. Some wah pedal in there. Jeremy fucking absolutely tears it up on there. But I'm not sure if it's Phil or Jeremy doing that. I'm leaning towards it's probably Jeremy. But it's a fun album. It's like 38 minutes long. It's like listening to Van Halen 2. But it's short, it's sweet, it's to the point, but it's a good, fun, just a rock album, like a throw on. And this is one for me that is become a summer album for me. Because I played the shit out of this when it came out. I played it a lot, and it screams summer for me. So with it getting cold now, I'm putting this on. I'm thinking, okay, think Warm Thoughts, and this album comes on there because the production on it is warm as well.
Yeah.
I definitely dig this album, and those guys, they're all great guys. I don't know the drummer, but I know Phil, and I know Jeremy, and I know Ryan. And I mean, we're not like best buddies or nothing like that, but like we will chat like when we see one another and stuff like that. They're just great guys and fucking awesome musicians. I'm glad they finally did an album with just those guys. You know what I mean? Not like playing on Ace's album or whatever. And I think it's just a great a mix of these guys, and I can't wait to hopefully see these. I want to see these guys live. I was hoping that when Ace was doing this leg that they would be an opening band. I think that would be fucking awesome.
That'd be really
That would have been great. No offense, Black Dawn. Dump Black Dawn off of there. Throw in, but still keep Corazza because they were fucking great too. But anyway, that's what I got for BBs.
Yeah.
And I come up next in the rotation for my 6 songs. And should I go backwards? I'm gonna go backwards on my list for what I got down here. I picked a song called "Strike Like a Cobra" from the band called Temple Balls Avalanche. The album is. Good ripping song from the start. It comes down for the vocals. The bass is fantastic in this one. There's layered vocals that are great. There's a solo for the tempo change is fucking fantastic. You get the gang vocals. Strike. I mean, just a cool, fun song. These guys had an album on, I want to say 2020 maybe, 2021 was their last album, and I thought they were a really good band that I wanted to check out. And I will thank Steven and Sonny from the Growing Up Rock podcast. This is where I first heard the name of this band, and I checked them out, and I really liked them. And actually, another band, the next band, I actually heard from these guys as well. Mystic Prophecy. The album is called Hell Riot, and the song is Revenge and Fire. And this is the song from the singer from Devil's Train that sings this. But this is not fucking Devil's Train. Devil's Train has that southern hard rock shit. This is fucking metal. I love it. I fucking love this album. You may hear about this album at the end of the year. Maybe. This song rips from the start. Heavy rocker. The vocals are great. His vocals translate fucking awesome to this metal shit. I was like, holy fuck. Because when I first heard it, I'm like, where the fuck do I know this guy from? And then I'm like, ooh, shit, Devil's Train. Fucking awesome. There's sick drums in there, BB. Plenty of sick banana guitar fills throughout there. The solo rips. Cool guitar harmonies at the back. Just the trap. The song just fucking rips from fucking start to end. And for my next song, one of Dylan's favorite fucking bands. I know he loves these guys. The 69 Eyes. The album is called Death of Darkness. The song is Call Me Snake. It's about Snake Plissken from fucking Escape from New York. Snake.
Oh, I thought it was Kenny Stabler.
Call Me Snake. No, it's not Kenny Stabler.
No, it's about Jacob Snake Roberts.
We're not getting into any Raider shit from the 70s or early 80s, but this is a fun band. I fucking Snake. That has been in my fucking head for weeks. This fucking song. Fucking love it. Next song from a band called Primal Fear. The album is called Code Red. The song is called Steel Melter. This song's got like a big kind of almost symphonic start at the beginning. Rock in, kick in, the layered vocals, very Priest-like, I think. A lot of double bass drumming, the great cadence for the things, and the solo is fucking killer. Just a rockin' track. That whole album is really, really good. If you like this song, you will like the rest of the album. This song I discovered, I think I talked about them a couple weeks ago. It might have been one of our gem songs, and it might have been this song as well. The band is called Dead Man's Whiskey, and the album is called In the Storm. Came out like 2 weeks ago, the full album. The song is called Masquerade. Like, it starts out with like a muted riff, then the crunchy guitars kick in. Fast riff in there. The vocals are really cool. Great gang vocals in there as well. The solo starts and then it just rips it up. Killer track. And actually, this song, BC, reminds me of Rev Theory. I get that. I was racking my brain for like a week thinking, where does this come from? It's got the fast, heavy shit from Rev Theory. It's got that. This song has that kind of feel to it. And my number one, and this album came out, I want to say it came out in January. This is one of the albums that I've been binging on for the whole year. Avatar. The album's called Dance Devil Dance, and the song is The Dirt I'm Buried In. I love this song. I fucking absolutely... I must have listened to this song fucking 100 times this year, easily. plinky guitar, and the video is fucking cool as fuck too. It starts with the plinky guitar, the vocals are cool, and when it kicks in, you get that da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's got like a funky feel to it, but the chorus is great. It has a great build to it. The solo is friggin' fantastic. Really heavy as fuck underneath that solo. A fun song. If you watch the video for this song, it's really cool. It's about the band playing a bar, and they're letting all these kind of guests. The one girl's a vampire, and there's like an invisible man and a mummy and shit like that. It's cool as fuck. And actually, I was telling BB, and because there's a ukulele here in the studio, there's Dylan's, and I was kind of going through YouTube the other day, and there's actually a version of the singer doing this song playing a ukulele. It's actually pretty interesting. But that's my 6 tracks, and I'm gonna get it out of the way. What'd you think, Dylan?
So I'll start with Avatar. This, if you put a gun to my head and told me to guess who this was, like listening, it does not sound like Avatar. Like it is not what I picture with Avatar. Until it gets to like the solo, then it's a lot more Avatar-ish to me. But not that that's a bad thing. I think that this is a different song for them.
It's got that, the solo has that Hail to the Apocalypse kind of feel to it.
Yes, like it's a darker, like the solo gets darker. Yeah. Like there's a dark key change that I think works really well as compared to kind of how bright and funky the main verses are. So
it's a different song for them.
It is for sure. I was laughing as you were talking with Dead Man's Whiskey because when I looked at the album cover, I thought that this was going to be a pirate metal song, and I'm like, oh my god, why do we have
Here we go again, right?
Every time? But you are absolutely right. I was thinking Rev Theory as well when I was listening to it today. I'm like, this sounds very like late 2000s kind of hard rock-ish, like that you would hear on 97.9X kind of situation.
The Bear.
It sounds great. I really liked this song. Primal Fear, I absolutely always consider them kind of a Priest-esque band. I think that every song I hear from them, I always like it quite a bit. And this song is no different. Cool, very good chorus. So Call Me Snake. I'll give them points for the subject matter. Escape from New York is a great, underrated John Carpenter movie. Of course, Kurt Russell, fantastic in it. Escape from Los Angeles, not as good.
No.
But Escape from New York is good. I'm sorry. I cannot do it with these guys.
You like the chorus?
The lead singer is trying too hard to be Peter Steele-ish, and it's pissing me off. Because nobody can be Peter Steele but Peter Steele. And
it's an homage.
And I feel like BB, if he doesn't say he hates this song, he's going to be a hypocrite again because the fucking repetition in this song, 19.
Don't try to influence his
my
thoughts
God,
on this.
It's like black
black number 1.
Like it's so repetitive and like
snake,
it doesn't
snake number 1.
It doesn't
snake,
I don't know.
I'm gonna flip this table.
I would have rather a better fan do a song about Escape from New York. Mystic of Prophecy, that was a great song, heavy, and the lead singer did sound familiar, and I was like, okay, that makes sense that it's from Devil Train. And then Strike Like a Cobra, the gang vocals.
What's it
like
with the fucking snakes there?
Yeah, I was going to say, you have a snake theme in this.
There's no rats.
Yeah, Strike Like a Cobra, very catchy song. I love when gang vocals pop up, and this song uses gang vocals very well. So I'm excited to hear more from this band. I had not heard them before, but now that I listen to this song, I see their name pop up like a couple times, and like on Apple Music, I was looking at their album's upcoming. I'm like, oh, that's the band.
Yeah, the whole album's not out yet.
So, just like with BB, I liked most of your list, and there's just the one outlier.
All right, BB, get it over with.
All right, Strike Like a Cobra. I have no complaints about this one, Reddy. It's a great.
I love the way you put that. I have no complaints about this one.
This one. Emphasis on this.
Yeah. Yo, the great, straightforward rocker. I love the chorus in it. Super catchy. Revenge and Fire. You tugging at my heartstrings with this one. This album is on my list. This was one of the 6 that we talked about. This singer from Devil's Train, he could fucking sing the Jesus Christ Superstar and make it fucking rock. Anything he sings, I am all over it. I love this vocalist. The drums, the solo, the outro solo, fucking love everything about it. Call Me a Snake. I'll give you that, Righty. It's definitely fun. But when they say snake 96 times in the song, I just start fucking laughing my ass off.
There he
and
is.
it just sounds ridiculous.
Because it's fun.
Well,
Have some fun.
it's definitely fun. That's what I wrote down. It's definitely fun.
See?
But Snake Plissken is the most serious guy in
but
the
that is
universe.
such a campy movie. You can't take that fucking seriously.
But, like, if he's from the point of view of Snake, it doesn't make sense. Like, Snake is the straight man to the wild world.
They're just talking. They're not talking about the movie. They're just talking about the guy.
The song is called "Call Me Snake."
Right. It's about the guy. It's not about the movie.
Exactly.
It's about the guy who fixes the washers and dryers down by Mermelstein.
It's about Snake Sabo.
He plays the Skid Row.
Steel Melter. The music is fantastic of this song. Absolutely love the music. The vocals are just kind of okay for me. Maybe I need to listen to it a little bit more. It just wasn't catching me. Masquerade. I love the part of the chorus when the band just screams Masquerade, and I that part comes on in the song. I think I'm in the band because I was screaming Masquerade, and the fucking solo Righty, fucking sick bananas, man, for sure. And then your last song, The Dirt I'm Buried In. This is a catchy, groovy song. It's definitely a head bobber and a toe tapper for sure. I just wish the solo was a hair bit longer. It's super short, you know. But I am also on the Dylan's Devil train. Yeah, 5 out of 6 ain't bad, right?
All right. BC, talk some sense into these fuckers, will you?
I love you, man. I love you.
Come on.
Avatar. I mean, I'm going to start with that one. And like I said, Steve talks about this band all the time. So when they put it on, I was like,
Is this the right thing?
Your uncle introduced me to these guys.
Which one?
Sean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
so I'll put it musically. I like this song musically. The rest of it, I don't know. Maybe I need this. Maybe because in my head I was
Watch the video.
okay. Dead Man's Whiskey. I was on the same boat with Dylan on this one. Like just want to go.
Here we go again.
The pirates.
We are here.
They're going to swing in on the chandelier.
But,
Arr, baby.
not what I thought it would be. Musically, this is great, and the gain vocals. You get me with that. I don't care who you are. It could be Menudo. If you do something group, I'm probably gonna like it. That's extreme.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first, but that's extreme.
BC likes Menudo.
Primal Fear. I don't know how that came in my head. Primal Fear. Steel Melter. I always want to say something else. Like Steel Melter.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to go together, but the double bass, the ripping solo. I mean, this is very good. Okay. 69 Eyes. Call Me Snake. to me, I mean, yeah, they say it 5,000 times, but the vocals turn me off to this. I think don't put it a good way. He's trying to be. If he's saying differently, I would like this. And this is one of those bands I wanted to get into big time, but the vocals turn me off. I've tried 3 different times. Vocals turn me off. Mystic Prophecy. This is fucking ripping, baby. I love it. Got the heavy riffs, the drums, and I have down here Finnan vocals. I didn't know it was the guy from Devil Train. Now that I know that, it's like, and then the solo, come on.
It was tough for me to pick a song from this album.
I got.
I went through this album like 5 or 6 times. I'm like, what fucking song do I pick? That's how
Good it is.
awesome it is.
And I'm listening. I'm like, wow, the vocals fit this perfectly. Mm-hmm. And you know how you were sitting there, and I could have put it. I wasn't putting two together. But that great song. Temple Balls, Strike Like a Cobra. Again, it's got gain vocals, so of course I'm gonna fall to it. Musically, it's very good. I mean, just the regular vocals, the gain vocals suck me in. So yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
All right, so my ass isn't too sore after that one. That's all right. That's good. You know, and that's what I like though. But like, just like, because there's a couple tunes we'll talk about tonight that I was not like totally familiar with, especially someone else's list on this one here. Our outlier, But
That's why I'm here.
so there's BB's list and my list, and actually the order we're going in now, we did pick out a BC's hat while BB was talking on his first album, so that's how I ended up second.
Yeah, we didn't listen to a word he said while we were doing that.
Yeah, we had no idea
Yeah,
what he said.
yeah.
Because I said KK instead of Richie Faulkner.
Yep.
But KK's got an album out too.
That's true.
He does, and he'll be on Monster Records, BC.
He will be.
We're gonna drag Pooney into that one.
Bonus.
All right, so there's my list and BB's list. So we're going to play a quick gym song. We're actually going to do hidden gems on this episode, which has kind of been tough to do lately. Actually, we did one. Brad and I did one last week as well, but like episodes with more than 2 people on it, we've been kind of run along. Which I mean, I don't give a shit. But so I'm going to stick with the theme for this week's episode. I'm going to play a song from an album that came out this year. The band is called Tail Gunner. I've talked about these guys before. The album is called Guns for Hire, and the song is called Shadows of War, and Dylan is going to play it for you guys right now. Enjoy. Hope you guys enjoyed the little tail gunner there. Guns for Hire was the album, and the song was Shadows of War. And we're going to do our hidden gems. And we're going to start with BB.
All right. We're going to go back to last year, 2022, from a band called Jaded Heart. Off the album Heart Attack, the song is Sweet Sensation. These guys tear it up. If you like that melodic, hard rock that we all have a nice little earworm pocket for, ripping guitars, great vocalists, killer drums, this song is definitely crossing your T's and dotting your I's for sure. Great album. Check this out. The band is called Jaded Heart off the album Heart Attack. The song is called Sweet Sensation.
All right. Dylan, what do you got?
My hidden gem is going to be one of your favorites, Dad. Back in 2011, I believe, Batman Arkham City came out. Great, fantastic video game. And they came out with an album that had original songs on it from different artists, kind of based on Batman and based on the video game. And Coheed and Cambria had a song on there called Deranged from the Joker's point of view. And it's like not really available for streaming anywhere because the album's kind of fallen out of print, but it's on YouTube. And it's kind of a cool little different track. You would hate it, but
You would hate it.
it's a hidden gem because you can't really find it. So.
I like the Joker.
Yeah.
I like the Joker. He's my favorite comic book guy, I guess you could say. All right, I'll go next here.
You don't know the Joker. Name 5 songs from him.
No, I can't. I know the Joker in that Steve Miller Band.
Some people call me the Space Cowboy.
Yeah. When we were talking about what we listened to before, I meant to mention these guys, but I totally forgot. I was kind of zipping through YouTube the other day, and I talked about these guys a couple years ago, and the band is called Royal Republic, and I watched the show from one of the festivals in Europe somewhere, and these guys played. And I'll tell you, I love these guys. You may hear an album from these guys, within the next 2 or 3 months from these guys on this podcast. They put out an EP this year. It's Royal Republic, and it's called Live at the La Olympia, and it's an EP. There's 5 songs on it. Fireman and Dancer, Getting Along, Rat-a-Tata, Back from the Dead, and they do a version.
Pokemon?
No, and they do a version of the Lenny. I don't know if it might even be a cover, but that Are You Gonna Go My Way? Are You Gonna Go My Way? Fucking awesome. And these guys are such a fun band. I love Royal Republic, so that's what it is. It came out this year. I'm sticking with the theme as well. And it's a live EP from those guys with 5 songs on it. All right, BC. Wow Factor time.
This is the wow factor.
I'm going overseas to Oslo, Norway.
Whoa.
For the band's called Suicide Bombers. So just 4-piece band, fucking straightforward. Nothing fan. I don't know why they were labeled glam. They look like Judas Priest. So I don't know where the glam comes in, but it's just rock. I mean, Norway, come on, they don't fuck around over there. But they have 2 albums, so check them out.
They're not burning churches, are they?
No.
Okay, all right. All right.
That's black.
So there's our gems. Dylan's got some more Coheed and Cambria. The song's called Deranged. It's from Batman Arkham Asylum game soundtrack. Arkham City game soundtrack. Little Jaded Heart. The album is Heart Attack. And the song is Sweet Sensation from Jaded Heart. That's not the NXS, right? Sweet
No, that's New Sensation.
Oh, that's New
That's
Sensation.
new,
Okay.
yeah.
That's in my head because ARC did that episode, did that album this week. BC's got a little Suicide Bombers from Norway. That's an odd name for a Norwegian band. Like, that'd be like, I forget. And I have Royal Republic Live at the Olympia EP that came out this year. Check out Royal Republic. They're fucking awesome. And we're going to do Dylan's list now.
Okay, folks, strap in because we're gonna bounce all over the place with this one. I tried to pick albums that I knew everybody else wasn't gonna pick, and I feel like I succeeded with that.
You did.
And some of these songs were songs that I really wanted to spotlight, but maybe the album wasn't going to make my end of the year list. So I wanted to at least talk about a really good song from that album. So I tried to kind of branch out a little bit, and we'll see how it goes. How the rest of the gang takes it. Speaking of taking, the first song is from Dirty Honey off of their upcoming album, Can't Find the Breaks. This was the first single released for the album, Won't Take Me Alive. I love Dirty Honey. They have such an Aerosmith-like feel with the riff. It's very much Whitford and Joe Perry sounding. It's always an earworm, whatever riff they put out. I've loved them since their self-titled debut, which was on one of my end-of-the-year lists back in the day, and I'm very excited for this album. They always have just such catchy songs that just get stuck in my head that I just want to jam and groove to. So had to put this song on there. The second song, another groovy band that had a little bit different of an album this year, Royal Blood from the album Back to the Water Below. This was one of the songs that I actually did enjoy from the album, Tell Me When It's Too Late. Very kind of heavy apocalyptic sounding. I love how just full the bass sounds on this song. It just, again, it's another monster riff. A song that I think is a little too short, that I could have used a little more on there, but it just that duo gels so well, and this is a good song that indicates that. I just wish the rest of the album was more similar to this song. There's kind of some ballady songs on the album, which was different for them, and I didn't really vibe with it. It's probably my least favorite album from them, but this song is definitely one of my favorites from them, so at least they had some good stuff mixed in with the stuff that I don't quite vibe with. The next song, this is from what I like to call the hardest working band currently going, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, from the album Petrodragonic Apocalypse, or Dawn of Eternal Night, an annihilation of planet Earth and the beginning of merciless damnation. This is the second of 3 albums that they put out this year.
It's like a zombie title.
Yeah, the first album... Actually, I think this was the first album that came out. Then they came out with a live album that has 50 songs on it, and is like over 5 hours long.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And they put it out for free on Bandcamp, that you could just download it. And then the most recent album they came out with last week is like a synth album. So these guys never do the same kind of genre twice. They do a lot of garage rock stuff. This album is more metal, and they have another album that is kind of metalish. But this song is the lead-off track from it, Motor Spirit. It goes on a ride. It takes you on a journey and doesn't let up. The riffage and the solos on this song are amazing. I love how guttural the vocals get. It's like the Motor Spirit. It gets like, there's kind of a vibrato to the voice that really works, and there's a tribal part in the middle that is a really cool change-up. An awesome time change right after that just kind of goes into a real cool jamming part. It's a long song, but I think that it earns its length by how many different places they go with it. It's got some thrash metal in there. It's got some, garage rock. It's got everything in there. I wanted to throw it out there because I know I've been talking about King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, and you've all been like, what the fuck is that? So I wanted you to at least listen to one song, and I'm really interested to hear what you talk about that one. My next song is a cover song off of Ghost's Phantomime EP that they came out with. A cover of the Genesis song, Jesus He Knows Me. A song about televangelists. Really great tongue-in-cheek song that, Tobias Forge just sells the shit out of. It makes it his own. I love of course, they have the awesome kind of churchy background vocals that add to the song. I love his delivery of "just call my toll-free number." Like, it's just like this feels like it would have been a Ghost original. Like, you wouldn't think that this is a cover unless you were told it. I think it kills it, and I love all the songs on the Phantomime EP. My second to last song I'm going to be talking about is from the band The Hives, which I mentioned on an episode back in the couple of months ago. The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons is the album it's off of, and this is the first song, Bogus Operandi. They're a really good garage rock band that they always have really catchy riffs, great gang vocals, just a fun song, and they always know how to get you up and moving. And this is no different for sure. I'm glad that they're back. I always loved their one song, Tick Tick Boom. It's probably their most popular song, but it's a fantastic. It's too late, it's too soon, or is it tick 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 boom? Really great song. But Bogus Operandi is fantastic too. And then the last song, since I didn't talk about Ice Nine Kills on the Halloween episode, I'm going to talk about them here. They released a deluxe edition of Welcome to Horrorwood, The Silver Scream 2, called Under Fire, and they have one brand new song on there called Meet and Greet from based off of Silence of the Lambs. And this is just a fantastic song. I love listening to these songs that they put out and hearing the references. Like, I listened to it just today, and I finally heard the like they did that part from the movie, and of course the I'd fuck me and the put the lotion in the basket, say farewell and close the casket. Fantastic line for the really heavy breakdown. I think Spencer does a great job kind of capturing the essence of Hannibal Lecter with mentioned the quid pro quo, talking to Detective Starling, Clarice. It's a really cool song, but it doesn't hit you over the head with the references, which I appreciate. I think it's a great kind of coda to one of my favorite albums of all time. So those are my 6 songs. I want to hear from BC. What'd you think of them?
9 Inch Nails. 9 Inch Nails.
Nine Nails.
Ice Nine Kills. Meet and Greet. Like I said, this is the band I want to get more into, and I want to listen to it. I threw this on, and I'm going to say it's not one of my favorite ones. Musically, it was at first, but then there's other parts that made up for the first part of it. And it definitely has the right amount of cookie.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know about that.
You may be surprised.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm like BB. Too much cookie is like just
Put the cookie down now.
Put the cookie down.
But if you do just the right amount of cookie, I'm okay with it. And they do it in the song, so not bad overall. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. As soon as I saw this title, I'm like, Dylan. Motor Spirit. I mean, there's metal, but when I first listened to this song, I heard like punk.
Yeah, there's a little bit of punk.
I got
the
a
blast
good,
beats kind of
I
situation.
got a lot of punk feel, but I love the group vocals and everything. It was different. Royal Blood, tell me when it's too late. I have nothing but respect for these guys. I mean, vocally, the groove. Knowing there are only 2 guys, it's still mind blowing. But that definitely a standout. The Hives, Bogus Operandi. I like the vocals in it. The vocals, to me, caught my ear, and I was like, ooh. And musically, not bad, but the vocals really stood out to me. Then you got one of my favorites, Dirty Honey. Come out. Won't Take Me Alive. I mean, like you said, I mean, to me, growing up, there was always certain bands, and then I got back into the Zeppelins and the Aerosmiths. And I love the 70s feel to this band. Nothing I don't like about this band. So, Dirty Honey.
Yes.
And then Ghost. The cool vocals have fun music. And this is the one that's covered?
This is a cover of a Genesis song.
I'm not familiar with Genesis. But, no, I mean, these guys, like I said, they're different. They're fun. I mean, and you got to take it at that level. So I like that. So, I mean.
They do a cover of Iron Maiden's Phantom of the Opera on that EP, too.
I'm going to check that. But, I mean, it's definitely a Dylan list. But it wasn't bad.
Okay. BB, what'd you think?
All right, Meet and Greet. Ice Nine Kills may be the only band that I can tolerate their Cookie Monster vocals.
That's right.
Because I honestly think their melodicness is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, if they could do a whole album of just regular melodic shit, I'd be all over these guys. But their Cookie Monster, like, kind of like you said, like, I can tolerate it. It's
just enough.
It serves a purpose, I think.
I think it does. I think it does in a way. And it complements how well he can actually really sing.
Yeah.
Motor Spirit. There's some crazy yet cool distortion on these vocals. I like the tribal music part in the middle of it. It's definitely different and just maybe a hair bit too long for me.
Yeah,
That's
makes
all.
sense.
And like it goes all over the place. Like sometimes it's good, sometimes it's in the middle. I think it has to grow on me a little more. But after listening to it maybe 4 times, I'm like, all right, it's a little bit too long.
Yeah.
But tell me when it's too late. Man, these guys have such a unique sound. I can't believe like there's only 2 of them. I love the tone of the drums, This song is super short, which I wish was a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But I love when you bring these guys to the table because they always sound fantastic, and I always actually like the music. Bogus Operandi. This is what I was calling Randy all weekend. Bogus Operandi. I was talking about, what are you talking about? Bogus Operandi.
That's you.
That is your new nickname. And I played it, and yeah, it's a great rocker. Nothing to complain about it, and I actually love the title.
Yep.
Won't Take Me Alive. Groovy tune. You know, like BC said, Dirty Honey's amazing. Got that 70s funky grooveness to them. And for some reason, you know how Anthony Corder from Tour does these like Sunday sessions in his house and, you know, he plays stuff. Every time I fucking heard this song, my brain goes to his living room, him solo, just him and a guitar, doing acoustic shit. Just the vocals is Anthony Corder to a T. What he's doing now on Instagram or Facebook or whatever he's doing. But no, love this song. Jesus, He Knows Me. It's funny, the first time I heard this, I'm like my brain knows it, but I don't know it.
Yeah.
And as I'm watching the lyrics go by, and on the bottom it said Phil Collins, I'm like, or it said Genesis, one or the other. I'm like, oh, okay. That's where my brain. Then I listened to the original. I'm like, holy fuck, this sounds nothing like the thing. And I love how bands will do a cover and make it their own. That's probably one of my favorites of your list. That I love how they just turned it around and ghosted it right up. But no, I have no complaints about your list, buddy.
Thank
not
you.
like some other buddy, not some like somebody else with snakes and snails and puppy dog tails.
Someone else that lives in this house.
Snakes, number one. Oh, wait, sorry. I'm so confused now.
Number one, fuck you, and fuck you. All right? All right. Dylan's list. I'm gonna jump around a little bit here, I think.
Jump up, and get down.
Royal Blood. Tell me when it's too late. That first... that is the chord of Calling Dr. Love.
Yes.
That is the chord of Calling
100%.
Dr. Love.
Thank you.
Holy shit, they're going to play some Kiss.
You're gonna play Kiss.
I like it, though. It's got a good Royal Blood groove to it. The drums have a kind of a swing to them. Angry drummer. I love that angry drummer. He's the angriest person I've ever seen on stage, ever. And it sounds like he's not any happier than he has been in the past. But like it's crazy just to think that these guys are just bass and drums.
Yeah.
And in quotations, the solo break is really cool in this one. Good thing. Ghost, Jesus Knows Me. This song is tailor made for these guys to do. Yeah, absolutely tailor made. But like there's like, and you don't get a lot of grinding guitars for Ghost, but you get it in this song. You know what I mean? Perfect song for these guys to cover. I love how Ghost has progressed. If you listen to their first album and listen to the stuff they're putting out now, not the same band. No. And I love how they progressed. And I've always called them Satan's pop band from day one. And I think that still stands true. And this is that Fan of Mine EP is really, really good. The Hives, Bogus Operandi. Very doom metal feel, like very Sabbath-like at the beginning. The kick-up's pretty cool, but I like the call and response on the vocals. Yeah, I love the back and forth. It's very cool.
That's a Hives
fun feel, and I has sort of a punk feel as well. I do like this one. Good head bobber. Ice Nine Kills Meet and Greet, and it's MEAT and Greet, by the way. Here we go. Dylan's obligatory Ice Nine Kills portion of the show. Yeah, but Silence of the Lambs, like. How have they not done a song about this already? But I mean, there's so many movies out there you can do that are cool. This one is cool. I'm like, so when that came out, I'm like, I knew it. I knew they were gonna do that. and they do it again at the end too, right? Puts the lotion in the basket. Buffalo Bill, just cool. I can't wait. I would love to see Ice Nine Kills do stuff like the classic, like the Universal stuff, like a Creature from the Black Lagoon, like Frankenstein. Like see them how they would work like a classic horror movie, like how it all started into their style. I think it will be cool. But this is a really cool, very fucking creepy. Perfect mix of the soft vocals and the fucking screaming, and I think BB said it. It's just the perfect melding of that. There's not too much, and it's, you know what I mean. It's not too little. King Gizzard and the King Lizard and the Gizzard Wizard.
King
Mortar
Gizzard and the
Spirit.
Lizard Wizard.
Okay.
Every time you say that, all I think of is Morrison.
What he said.
Yeah.
I'm the Lizard
what?
King.
Yeah.
Jim
Oh,
Morrison.
yeah.
Jim Morrison. Every
I'm
time
the
he
Lizard
says that, he
King.
brings him up. I'm like,
Yeah.
my brain goes to Jim Morrison.
Mother,
That's
yes,
true.
son, I can kill you.
I come to kill you.
I was like, I saw this, and I'm like, and I've done it a million times with Dylan's picks. I'm like, what the fuck are we going to listen to here? But I was shocked at how much I fucking like this fucking song. It rocks right off the bat, and this fucking song makes my fucking head spin. It's like you want to get in a fucking pit during it. The rapid vocals and the cadence in the vocals are fucking fantastic. The middle part with the tribal drums and the chanting. I thought that Tool just took over this band in the middle of this fucking thing. Like those drums, very Danny. And trust me, I'm actually next week going to see my first Tool show. But like I got like a huge Tool vibe from this song. I loved it. Like it's a little too long.
Yeah.
The last minute and a half, I'm like, they could have just kind of cut that part the fuck out. There's some great breakdown for some short solos in there. There's some great leads in there. I'm like, this is crazy how much I like it. I was surprised at how much I like this song. And Dirty Honey Won't Take Me Alive. This is one, when it first came out, I'm like, I like these guys. I think you did their last album, I think, for maybe a birthday album or something last year. And actually the full album's not out yet at this time of this recording. It may be by the time you guys hear this. But I loved it. This is fucking like a hard funk.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. The solo is fucking rips. It gets melodic at the end. But like the drums and the bass underneath it, like this band is fucking good. And I can't wait to hear the rest of this album.
Yeah, me neither.
Fun picks. See that? Don't let me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, the crescendo. BC,
I'm going to get beat up here.
you may.
Which way do I want to go? Let's get started with it.
First song is from Zach Stevens.
Stevens.
Danny
God
Vaughn
damn
on the
it.
next one.
God damn Zach Stevens. No, I got a little crazier. Not too crazy. Everything I pick is usually stuff I listen to. I don't really go off the beaten path too much anymore. I'm showing my age. But Alice Cooper, I'm going to go with the Big Goodbye off his album, The Road. I mean, his last few albums I like. But when I heard this song, it's like the riff. It's kind of heavy for us. I thought that's why it drawn me to this song. So that's why I choose this song. Just a killer riff. Musically, it's just killer. Elegant Weapons. I mean, again, like I said, when BB mentioned his song off this album, I was looking forward to this album. Ronnie, Richie, the R's. I don't know who the other people are, but
Scott Travis, right?
Is it Travis?
Scott Travis played drums on it, doesn't he?
But the Downfall Rising, to me, this is, again, talking about Scott Travis, the drums on this song are a standout to me. The guitars. And again, the vocals. Steve's not a big guy, and the vocals there. My next one, going to the band I've always been a supporter of, Lizzie Borden. No. But Fifth Angel, I mean, here's a band that I think I got these guys way back in the day when I was getting into Queensrÿche, because they're from the same state of Washington, which you really don't put together with hard rock. But the Empire of Hate. Of course, I'm drawn to the title.
Might have been 9 Inch Nails Hurt. Empire Dirt.
But musically, I mean, the title drew me to it. The musically, it's just, I mean, I think these guys are so underrated. Last 5 years, they put out 2 albums, so check them out if you have not ever heard of Fifth Angel. The next is going to be off Godsmack's, but they're calling their last album, which you have to see to be the judge on that. Just a straightforward rocker, the red, white, and blue. And this is when I go to Godsmack. Just the straightforward, not the funky one, that voodoo.
Oh, the voodoo one.
I'm not the one. It's okay, but I don't go to Godsmack for that.
You go to Godsmack for the red, white, and blue.
I go for Godsmack to this. And another band that I believe we're on a cruise this year, right? Crash Diet.
Are they?
I think they are. So I'm looking forward to
Keep
that.
going, I'll look.
I think it's just a single they put out, Sick Mind. This has the guitars, the vocals. It's catchy. I mean, it is. This is Swedish metal, not Swedish fish. Swedish metal.
If only.
If only it was Swedish fish. But I really dig these guys, and they put out albums quite regularly, so I can't complain. And I'm gonna my final pick of the list is off the newest Metallica with If Darkness Had a Sun. I remember we went to see the preview of this the night right before it came out, and this came out. It's like, to me, this is classic Metallica. It's got the again group vocals. I'm hooked. Musically, Metallica to the T. Love this song. I don't love it that much, but I love this song. I'm gonna go with BB first.
All right. The Big Goodbye. You know what's funny? I'll even show you.
You're thinking Great White. I
came up here, wrote down my notes, and then I put BC. So it's funny. I originally thought Dylan picked the song.
He's the Alice guy.
He is the Alice guy. But The Big Goodbye. You know, y'all know I'm not the big Alice guy. This song's not bad, except till you get to the chorus, BC. There is some crazy feedback in that chorus. I actually had to get Mr. Stephen Wright involved in this and make sure that my headphones were not all fucked up. So your homework, you go home, put your headphones in, you listen to the song. The chorus parts, there's a ringing, there's a feedback, there's some weird shit in the background of it, and I only noticed it today. Like I said, I probably listened to this list 4 times, 5 times. It's weird. It's different. I'm like, oh shit, I better. So I like closed everything. I thought it was my headphones. I'm like, oh no, it's there. So it's your homework. Okay.
Headphones.
Well, it's not bad. It's not bad for an Alice song. Downfall Rising. Once again, Ryan Miro. You know, the vocals are awesome. It has that dark, gritty sound to it. The solo's soft, but it ends heavy, and I love that. Especially, there's like crazy musical playing towards the end of the song, which is really, really cool. Empire of Hate, love the pinch harmonics, how that starts off. There's cool double bass drum. The solo is long and killer. Absolutely love that song. Red, White, and Blue, Godsmack. I love this classic rock Godsmack song. Sound. You know, this is, we kind of already said it before. This is the Godsmack that you go to. Great right out of the gate. Love it. If Darkness Had a Sun, almost kind of like in the same vibe as the Godsmack. This is like a classic sounding metallic song. It's definitely one of the hardest songs on the album. I love the galloping drum beat. There's maybe a little wah-wah pedal in there, which is kind of different. Definitely cool for those guys. And Sick Mind. Perfect title for a song like For You, BC. Cool vocals, great rocker. 5 out of 6, not bad.
All right, Dylan.
Yeah, so those two ruined The Big Goodbye for me because I can't unhear the static or the feedback.
See? It's weird. It's so weird.
While you were playing it for him the last time, I could hear it over the thing. So, and I'm thinking about it. Like, I really do like this album, but I think I like Nita's album better. I don't know. I think that the variety in Nita's album is really solid. So if I had to pick one album,
there's a song Alice is on there too.
So I don't feel bad saying that because I'm still giving Alice and Nita clout.
That's true.
Elegant Weapons, yeah, you both picked fantastic songs from that album that I had not heard before, and I very much enjoyed it. You could tell it's a supergroup. It is a super song. Empire of Hate, I really like this song. The ending is weird though, like with that weird
radio
like
thing.
radio thing. I thought that it was That's something that you usually put at the beginning of a song and not really at the end of a song.
Well, it's a concept album.
Okay,
pretty
that
much.
makes sense.
I was gonna say,
So it fits into
That's
in the album scheme.
That's what I figured, but I
Rather
was
than a
like,
standalone
I was
song.
kind of, I'm like, oh, what? That okay, that's that was weird.
Because at the beginning, like that one Anthrax song, you get that at the beginning.
Yeah, the city authorities.
Yeah.
Godsmack Red, White, and Blue. I like When Legends Rise better of an album. Again, I think the song gets a little too preachy. It's like I don't go to Godsmack for politics. I go to Godsmack for yeah, let's rock out. The only politics I like is them doing Crying Like a Bitch, talking about Nikki Sixx. That's like the only political kind of thing that I'm on board for them for. But yeah, I think it gets a little too it feels like this is a song that could have been written in 2002 rather than 2023. Like I don't know. That's just me though. Musically, it's great, fantastic. If Darkness Had a Sun, yeah, this 76 Seasons is an album that I need to listen to more. But I really do like it. I like the album quite a bit, and this is a great song. I love when Kirk does his awesome wah stuff. Like that's a Kirk Hammett staple that I always look for. And this song, it almost feels like it feels almost Death Magnetic-y, or like I don't know. I like that vibe, like almost a mix of Death Magnetic and Black Album, kind of like. Feels like 90s ish, but like this could have been a song if they didn't do Saint Anger. Like it could have fit perfectly in like that era. I don't know, but James sounds great, and the band just kicks ass. Sick Mind, Crash Diet. It's weird. I keep hearing them singing 6ix9ine instead of Sick Mind.
Yeah!
And I can't unhear it, but it's a great song. Crash Diet is a band that every time you bring them up, I like what I hear, and I need to delve deeper into them, like that. Because they do 69 Shots, right? Or
Yeah.
isn't that one of their
69
songs?
Shots, Queen something.
Yeah, Queen
I picked
Obscene.
that for
Yeah.
I think maybe.
Yeah.
So like maybe that's
we've
why
talked
I'm
about
hearing.
that.
Queen
Yeah.
Obscene.
Yeah, maybe that's why I'm hearing 6ix9ine.
Yeah, we've done that before.
But it's a great song for sure. So this was a solid list. Again, there might be one kind of like stutter step, but it just lyrically, musically, it's great. So good job.
All right, Steve, take it.
All right, I'm going to start with Metallica. If Darkness Had a Sun, it's got that intense like drumming start. This would be cool to see live. And actually, I purchased the DVDs not the DVDs, the CDs from the Meadowlands, from the 2 Meadowlands shows that we weren't able to go to, and this is one of the songs on there. Cool live song, damn days, like good crowd chanting song. Although it's not a favorite on the album for me. I like it. I really like it, but I think there's like way better songs on the album. It's like kind of a lesser song on the album for me, but it's cool as fuck live because the crowd's like damn, like the great crowd chanting song. Alice Cooper, I will go to next. The Big Goodbye, heavy track. I was hoping for a more not this album. Like this song is like probably maybe the heaviest one on the album. Yeah. I was kind of hoping for this, although I hated Detroit Stories. Detroit Stories, was that the last one?
Yeah.
I did not like that at all. This is the way better version of that album, I think. I think there's a lot more. This has more of a classic Alice Cooper band type feel than the Alice Cooper live band feel that I was hoping for. But this song is I think it's the best song on the album, actually. And I'm so glad that he finally recorded with the touring band because they're fucking awesome. Ryan Roxy, Nita Strauss, Tommy Henderson, they all get a solo part on this song. I think it's great. There's whoa-whoas in there towards the end. I fucking love it. And this I do think this is the best song on the album. And it does have that feedback because BB texted me today. He's like, "You get that squeal?" And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I was listening to it today, and I'm like, I thought it was my earbuds were fucked up or something. There's a squeal, like a loud. I'll play it on the stereo when we're done here. It's a feedback squeal, and it's in a couple different spots. I don't know if that's on purpose or whatever, because I told BB, I said there's some albums, even actually the one that like pops into my mind is Iron Maiden, Matter of Life and Death. When you hear, I want to say it might be The Legacy maybe, you could hear the squeal of the fingers on the fretboard, and you get that like you could hear that on that album, and I'm thinking maybe it was something like that, but this is more like a feedback kind of thing. Cool song though, I think it's great. I'm so glad that they finally toured with the recorded with the touring band, and I listened to this whole album today, and I really like it. It's really cool. And even though I'm not a Who fan, the Magic Bus on there is fucking great version of that song. What do they say?
Magic Bust.
No, but what's the first part? Like they say, "Move on," the Magic Bus.
I think so.
Like I can never tell what the fuck they say in that part. Anyway,
too much.
Magic Magic. Okay, okay. Elegant Weapons, Downfall Rising. Creepy start, and I played it for BB, and I don't think I played it for Dylan. You might have been listening. The opening riff to that is the same riff, just a little different tempo than Crossfire on Redeemer of Souls. It's fucking all week long. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck is this? I gotta narrow it down to it's either Redeemer of Souls or something from Firepower, but it's like Crossfire on there. It's like the second last song on the original album, and I thought it was going to be one of the EP songs, but
better production on this one.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. But like, I'll play that for you too. But like, if you play them back, right, BB, it's like the same. It's the same
just a
beginning,
little crazier distortion.
But it's a great song though. I love the Ronnie Romero vocal. Like I don't hate Ronnie Romero's vocals. Just I'm gonna throw that out there. It's just that he's on so much stuff now. It's like it kind of gives the same feel to everything. I don't know if you want to put it that way. But the layered vocals are cool. The drumming is fantastic. Scott Travis, very Priest. I think this is the most Priest-like song on the Elegant Weapons album, which is not a bad thing.
Not bad.
Fifth Angel, Empire Hate. I listened to this album like maybe 3 times all the way through. I like it. This song takes a little bit to get going though. It needs a little boot in the ass to get going. But once it gets going, heavy rocker, dual guitars up to. I like the vocals are a little gruff in it, which I think is cool. It gives a little thing. The song has like a really cool intensity to it. The dual soloing is great. Rapid riffs underneath. You get that spoken word, but at the end we talked about that before. Godsmack, Red, White, and Blue. Good Godsmack rockin' song, and you might think it's a patriotic song right off the bat, but it's really not. It's kind of bitching about how, and I know we don't do politics on the show, but it is a little political of just how people are whiny bitches anymore, pretty much, that I get there. But the thing that stands out to me on this song, and actually this whole album, I'm kind of with Dylan, I like the last album a little better than this one. But like Shannon Larkin's drums, the fucking drum fills on this song are fucking unbelievable. The solo is fucking kick-ass on this one. And I saved Crash Diet for last, BC. When first time I listened to this one, I'm like, this sucks. I'm like, I fucking hate this one.
Wow.
I fucking hate this one. However,
Where's the
like 2 days ago, the song just clicked. It just fucking clicked. I'm like, this is great. I'm like, I don't know what it is. Like, and literally, I listened to this song like probably 10 times. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. I'm like, Beastie, what are you doing to me?
Yeah, after he got checked out for the concussion that he had, he decided to
Yeah,
listen to the
I
song.
must have banged my head somewhere. But it was one of them songs that just, maybe it took that 11th listen for it to click. Like, I love that the chorus is great. And at first, I'm like, the vocals, I'm like, dude, I'm like, I know I like Crash Diet. I know I like their other stuff. And yes, they are on Monsters of Rock Cruise, by the way. And this is, I like when we do these because usually there's a song that is usually BC's theme song for an episode. So this is BC's Sick Mind. And I do hear 6-9, 6-9 in the chorus. But I say that one for last because it was the one that this was going to be my worst song on the whole fucking playlist of the night.
Wow.
but then it just clicked.
The
It
whole
just
night.
clicked.
The whole night.
The whole night.
Now it
There's
has to
not
be
really
one
a
of
lot
Dylan's.
there's not really a lot that I didn't like tonight. You know, of course, you don't like it. You know, they're all the best.
They're all great.
You know, but this was one that like it just did not click for me until like probably 2 days ago.
Wow.
So I like it.
It's about moods.
Like it a lot.
All right. So there we got Dylan's list, BC's list on the second half of the show. We will wrap up. We'll get the hell out of here. We'll go around. I'd say if you want to do it, just when you do your wrap up, if you want to say like maybe 2 favorite songs from each guy's list, and we'll go around and we'll get the fuck out of here. What do you got, BB?
Yeah, definitely, you know, rock is not dead for sure with all the albums released this year. And these 24 songs that I'm sure Dylan will have a kick-ass playlist on Spotify. Definitely some good stuff here. Righty, from your list, my 2 favorites are Masquerade from Dead Man's Whiskey. And of course, you know I'm picking Revenge and Fire from Mystic Prophecy. Great list, except for the Snake song. And like you said, you can't like them all, right? You can't like them all. And plus, I just get to bust your balls out of one song.
There's always one.
There's always one, right? Yeah. Dylan, from your list, Meet and Greet from Ice Nine Kills. Absolutely love that song. And Jesus, He Knows Me from Ghost. Like I said before, I love when a band can pull out a very popular song and make it their own. Crapper! From your list will be Empire of Hate from Fifth Angel.
Really?
The pinch harmonics, man. Absolutely love it. And the long killer solo. It may be one of the longer solos on the list. And I think that's kind of like what really drew me to it. And from Crash Diet, I love Sick Mind. It's just a great rocker. It is definitely different. And we kind of talked about these guys before, and they kind of sound like a James Durbin, but they're not James Durbin. Steve and I had a whole little conversation, but yeah, definitely a great list from everybody. And like I said, rock and roll is definitely not dead.
Dylan.
Yeah, I really loved everybody's variety that they brought to the table. We only had one album crossover, and they were different songs, like different feeling songs, I think, for that album. So, even with that, there was still a good variety. And like BB said, you can listen to all 24 of these songs on our Spotify playlist of the week. Definitely check them out. They will be in the show notes. There's a lot of good stuff on here. Some of the stuff that I want to spotlight from everybody's list. From Dad, I think probably Masquerade and from Dead Man's Whiskey, really like that one. And Strike Like a Cobra. I love the gang vocals on both of those songs. I'm a sucker for gang vocals, so they got me. BC, If Darkness Had a Son, I really love that Metallica song. And Sick Mind, even though I kept hearing 6ix9ine. And then BB, I have to go with Another Celebration at the End of the World. Love that Mammoth song. And Too Much Is Never Enough. Both really great, fast, hard and loose songs that really just kick your teeth in the best way possible, because that means you don't have to go to the dentist again.
Yes.
But I think that everybody had a lot of good variety, and even the songs that I didn't like, I'm glad that they were brought up because maybe they were things that I hadn't heard before that now I know not to listen to. No, I think it's fun talking about, Call Me Snake and
Snake.
but
Fuck all you.
the rest of the songs were fantastic. They were. It's a good playlist for sure.
Right. So Dylan, from your list, what's your favorite song from your list?
My favorite song from my list is probably it's probably a tie between Won't Take Me Alive and Tell Me When It's Too Late. I'm gonna go Won't Take Me Alive because Tell Me When It's Too Late is too short. I want it long. I want a longer version of that song. Like if they just go off on a jam, that would be amazing. But Won't Take Me Alive, Dirty Honey is so groovy. Their riffs are just every time that guitarist starts playing, I know I'm in for a treat, and this song is no different.
Okay, BB, what was your favorite song from your list?
Too Much Is Never Enough.
Okay,
From the Bastard Sons of
All right, BC, what do you got for us, buddy?
Alrighty. This is a good list. Everybody's list is good. Usually there's one or two, sometimes three that are like, oh god, and you're kind of like, I could do without that. This list of everybody's overall, all good tunes. There's none that you're like, oh god. There's some different ones. Don't get me wrong, but overall, very good list. All 24. Dylan, if I was to pick two off your list, Royal Blood and Dirty Honey.
Yes.
I guess they're awesome. BB, Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons, and Elegant Weapons, but I mean that's Steve. So I'm gonna go with Primal Fear and Mystic Prophecy. I mean those two were standouts. Yeah.
No one for 69 Eyes?
Yep.
All right. Okay.
You could pick it. And what's the favorite off your list, BC?
How about off of yours?
For mine, I'm gonna go with Fifth Angel, Empire Hate.
Yeah, I love doing this. I love new music. I love talking about new music. And, I know we have some listeners out there and some friends that do not check out new music. Are not, they're stuck in their, I'm listening to the same shit that I listened to for 30 fucking years. Branch out, people. Branch out. And if you want to branch out, check out the Spotify playlist that Dylan's going to put up. It's going to have the songs we talked about tonight. And I said before, this year has been kind of a tough year for me, new music-wise. There hasn't been that one album that's just, like, punching me in the face from, like, the beginning. Except for one that we kind of talked about tonight that was a favorite of mine and BB's, and actually BC's as well, the picks there. But I like doing these ones. I like shaking it up. We did... we just recorded a classic rock live one with Dave Borowski. That one's going to come out after this one comes out, maybe 1 or 2 weeks from now. So and actually that's how we did the classic live record. We recorded that last week, but it's going to be out after maybe a couple weeks after this one. So like literally for how we recorded, we did like classic rock stuff and then new stuff from and actually I think the list was from back till 1983. So we went from 83 to 2023 within a span of 2 recording sessions for us. So if you want to call it the dichotomy of that, going back and forth is really cool.
It's a real quantum leap situation.
Yeah, it is. So, I mean, you guys get out there, branch out. Don't be afraid to listen to something new. And there's a lot of cool stuff out there since we've been doing this podcast that how many new albums have we listened to and stuff for over all these years and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go through. Okay, so from BB, I'm gonna go with Rock City Machine Company song. Absolutely love that. Those guys, just that album is perfect. It's fucking excellent. I'm gonna go with that one for BB, and I'm also going to go with Phil Campbell and the Gang. I just fucking love that shit. Straightforward hard rock. Phil and his boys and the guy that they got singing for them, fantastic. From BC's, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Crash Diet because it literally just kicked in the last week, and I'm gonna give Alice some love there because I think that's the best song on the album, like so far for me. And from Dylan's, let's see what Dylan we got. I'm gonna go with Dirty Honey for Dylan. That song's just fucking awesome. And I'm gonna go with King Lizard and the Gizzard Wizard for the other one. That song just was like other than the last minute and a half, fucking awesome. And it would maybe be tied with like the Ghost song or the Ice Nine Kills. Dylan brought that differentness. Dylan's is definitely the most different one from all the shit we've done. And I'm going to say from my list, it's a tough pick for me between Avatar and Mystic Prophecy, but I'm going to go for the rocking factor. I'm going to go with Mystic Prophecy from mine. So I love this shit. And actually, I think the Phil Campbell one was the only one that got 4 votes out of everyone here.
Holy shit.
It's a good one. It's a solid one.
Mystic Prophecy got 3. Crash Diet got 3. Phil Campbell got 4. Dirty Honey got 3. So cool list,
Damn.
fun one. I like doing new stuff. Glad to have everybody back in the same room again. Awesome time tonight, Dylan. Thank you for all you do. BC, great job coming up here after a 36-hour shift. BB, good job. We all got a ton of shit going on, but it's awesome we can get together and do this stuff. And thanks everybody for listening. If you're a new listener, welcome. If you're an old listener, welcome back. And guys, stay safe out there. Everybody take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We will see you next time. And there definitely will be a next time.